Hello everyone. Good morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to another edition of Moments with Lulu. Today's video is gonna be straight to the point, but before we proceed, if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, okay? And all the returning subscribers, all these sweet supporters, I love you all so much. I want you to watch my videos. Let's keep the numbers going, okay? So today's video is gonna be about, first time you're migrating to a new country. Well, Canada to be specific. I do not speak based on other countries because I don't work there. I don't know what they do there. I don't live there. So speaking based on Canada experience and what I know after living here for going to 7 years now. Actually, oh wow, time actually does fly. What month are we in? This is July. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be 7 years in Canada in October of 2023. Ooh, time really does fly. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. Today's video is gonna be talking about the most important things that I feel like people should do when they first migrate to Canada, or when they, whatever you do. An immigrant is an immigrant, so it doesn't matter why you're here, as long as you're here to work, or you're here to study, or you're here as a permanent resident. You are an immigrant in the sense that you migrated from somewhere else to come here and settle for whatever purpose or reason. Anyways, this video is just going to be about the most important things to do on your immigration or migration to a place like Canada. Again, this video is usually, for the most part, based on personal experiences. So my own personal experience, and maybe discussions, thoughts and whatnot from friends, and and I really do love to hear immigration stories, like people's experiences, their low moments, their high moments. And if you have those moments and you feel like sharing, you're welcome to share that in the comment section. I really do love listening to those stories because it just lets us know that there is growth in life. We grow, it takes a lot to grow. So you have left your home country to come to a place like this to study, to work, to settle, and maybe you decide to live here permanently. That's the individual's choice. But it's always an exciting journey. It's always very stressful, but on the other hand, exciting because people do things because they expect to see reward and they feel like it's the best decision for them in the moment. And that is really nice to say and nice to know. But don't forget that that best decision or nice decision in the moment can turn into a disaster depending on your experience and how you settle and your social aspects in that regards. I'm just going to talk about a few points that I feel like this is so important. You should not spend more than 10 days in Canada without having this sorted out within the first 2 weeks, I would say. The first thing on my list is housing. Right. So again, in previous videos that I've made, where I've talked about international series, migration, whatever, being a student, I've always said that if you're gonna migrate somewhere, if you're gonna go somewhere, housing, accommodation has to be something that you should have thought of long before your movement, in the sense that I'm in Nigeria today, which is my home country, and I know I'm coming to Canada in 6 months from now or so. I need to have figured out my housing situation in terms of where am I gonna stay, where am I gonna put my head, where am I gonna lay my head and have a decent sleep. It's a matter of safety, whether you choose to be on campus or off campus is entirely up to the individual. And I will put this out there. So this video is specifically more so for workers and especially students, because my heart always goes out to international students. I used to be an international student. There's a lot that comes with it. It's stressful, it's a lot of work, it's exhausting mentally and emotionally. So yeah, I just have a very soft spot for them in that regards. So we've talked about housing. The second thing I'm going to talk about is bank accounts. So the banking, the financial aspect is very important. More like basic accounting, like basic banking needs, like checking, savings, and instant accounts, something like that. And I will put it there. So usually a lot of banks have this thing where they have incentives to entice newcomers or people in general who have never banked with them to open an account with us, and we'll give you $300, we'll give you $500, we'll give you $1,200. There's a way to qualify and whatnot. To be honest with you, those are the banks you should be going for, and a lot of them are actually like non-physical financial banks, so it's really hard to get scammed in that regard. What I'm trying to say is that if you're going to open an account, do it in a way that even benefits you. I remember when I opened an account for the first time, you know, more than 6 years ago when I came to Canada, I got $300, you know, just for opening the account. It was a sweet deal at the time. So again, money is important. People might be like, $300 is not a lot. $300 is a lot. Even $50, even $1 is a lot. So accept the offer. In summary, you need a bank account is what I'm trying to say. The next thing on my list is a social insurance number. That is your, should I say, your government and work profile, your work identity. So that's something that affiliates you with work with an employer and with the financial revenue sector in Canada, basically. So that is just to say this is your identity for work. If we want to pull up your taxes, if we want to see your work history, your pay, or whatever, everything, a social insurance number gives you that. And the only way to get a social insurance number is by having a valid work permit. That's the only way you can get a social insurance number. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is that when you land at the immigration borders, you need to check your study permits to see if you actually have a work permit, because some study permits come without a work permit, in the sense that when you come into the country, you're expected to take an extra step to apply for a work permit. And if you don't know what that is, it's usually written at the bottom piece of your study permit. You can always ask an immigration officer right there at the airport, oh, does this study permit come with a work permit? And if they say no, that is something you should be doing within your first 3 days or your first 5 days of settling in Canada. You would actively need to apply online or go to an immigration service center to put in an application so you can get a work permit, and that way you can use a work permit to get a social insurance number. And that usually takes a little bit of time. It could be anywhere from 3 or 4 weeks, and I mean, with this whole pandemic and a lot of backed up applications and whatnot, who knows how long it's going to take. So my point is, it's something that you need to do earlier on, and then from there you now get to go for a social insurance number, because no one is going to give you a social insurance number if there's no proof that you can legally and you are actually allowed to work in Canada. The next thing is transportation. Transportation is very important. It's an important business for people who have the finances or the luxury of driving a car. Good on you, kudos. Not every student can do that, so there's always the public system, the bus system, where you have to get bus pass, bus tickets, which honestly, as a student, taking the train is a cheaper and more reliable means of transportation, especially when you're running for those 8 o'clock classes, 7 o'clock classes, 9 o'clock classes, in the sense that the roads are usually busy. There's probably going to be subtle traffic in the mornings, but the train always has a right of way. So grab your bus pass that takes you straight to your school, to your campus. Use the train. You don't have to worry about parking, you know, all those annoying things, except you're now doing an extra work outside of your normal school activity where you might need to drive to get away and stuff like that. But in summary, your transportation has to be something that you also figure out. So getting a bus pass, that is a university pass if you're a student, or getting some public stickers that come with a bus, you know, permit for you to take the buses and the transit, the train. The next thing is a health card, and you need to get an identity card. So an ID card is very important. That's probably something you should do within the first week. A situation whereby you're carrying your international passport around is not the safest and it's not the most ideal, because if you lose that, it's a lot more work than actually losing a regular ID card that is specific to like the province or the country, you know, and in general. So do not take your passport around. Just try to make sure you're able to get your actual photo identification or driver's license, whichever it may be. They are both considered a form of identification. That way, if it gets lost, but people don't usually lose things like that. If it gets lost, you can easily reapply, not having a situation whereby you lose your passport. And also get your health card. So you need a valid health card, and this is something you should carry with you around. So after you've applied for your health card with the social service area, like the license registry or whatever, you carry that card around, because you know your health is an emergency. You never know what's going to happen to you in this life or in your entire existence. you could drop down, you could collapse, you could need access to healthcare. Is your health is one of those things that is very unforeseen. Like health challenges, a lot of it sometimes are unforeseen. Accidents to happen, you know, things that would make you prompt you to use healthcare, or maybe even it doesn't need to be an emergency. Sometimes you actually need to go to a health center to do some medical checks or some university requirements or work requirements. All I'm trying to say is that your health card should be carried around. It's a matter of safety as well, your health card and your ID card. I would believe that all schools, all universities, all colleges have an international student services. So basically it's a place where that is dedicated to international students. You answer your questions regarding immigration, study permits, work permits, all those things, and also within like campus things and like benefits for international students and whatnot, scholarships, bursary, awards, stuff like that. They are very great resource. Like these people were my best buddies while I was a student. It's a place where you want to maintain a very good relationship with, in a sense that every question you have on the planet, they can help you. They can either help you finances or direct you to somebody who is able or who is in a better position to help you. So I would say within the first week of your coming to Canada, or even before you start school, you want to present yourself to these people. You know, just introduce yourself, let them help you with some resources, you know, be a part of the organization, be an active participant. Even if you're not doing anything like work-wise, like contributing, like helping others, just be active for you, right? So ask questions, know what other resource or things can be used to your own advantage. What is there for you? There's a lot of resources out there for international students, even though sometimes they are hard to get by or they are hard to get around. But in summary, these people are very, very good for international students, especially when it comes to the area of like, you know, financial and immigration stuff. They are the go-tos. They know more than me, more than anyone else. For people who are migrating, so we are getting to the coming of a new school year, which is going to be September 2023. Good luck. Good luck. It's going to be an experience. Like there's going to be challenges, there's going to be struggles, there's going to be fun times, it's going to be nostalgic memories, like moments where you have to look back, because now thinking about it, more than 6 years ago I was in this situation, and it's like I've come a long way, we've come a long way, and you know, we all start from somewhere and we will progress, we will come out with flying colors, we will be successful at the end of it all. So, you know, be patient with yourself, be patient with your growth, be patient with your experience. Life itself is an experience, and you have to go through every experience to come out strong and great. So yeah, that brings me to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in a subsequent video. And please do let me know in the comment section what other videos you would like to see next. You know, I'm all up for it. I want to be, you know, giving you videos back to back depending on your needs and your wants and what you want to hear in general. If you want to hear about my, you know, personal experience as a nurse, or my own immigration experience, you know, whatever you want to hear, just let me know in the comment section and I will share with you depending on my comfort level. Okay, all right, see you in a subsequent video. Goodbye for now.